Howdy y'all, we got the Bulldog on the channel. What we're working on today is a little Chevy Sonic with an Ecotech in it. And it's fun. Do you see it down there? Yeah, me neither. But down in here, back in that corner, is the oil pressure sending unit. And that stupid thing is bad. It's leaking. And it's not fun to get to. Here's a new one. I'm going to try to put it in there. This car has had head work done, and it went to the oil pressure light come on and it went to dinging and running bad. I reached down there and unplugged the oil pressure sending unit. Oil was pouring out of it. And after I unplugged it, I went and started the car up and it ran a lot better. Now, we didn't think that it was low on oil pressure because the engine runs fine. There's no clattering of any kind in the top end. That's where it starts up first, and then it starts into the low end, and then you've already had a bad day. So I'm going to go ahead and put this sensor in. We'll run the car and see if it is just the sensor. The sensor's cheap, so I'm not going to bother with trying to run an oil pressure test on it because it's not accessible at all. What I'm going to use is this special socket right here. I will get the numbers later in the video once it works, but it's not for this car. It's for a Kia and Hyundai. See, it's shaped funny and it's 1/4 inch. The problem is it's not a standard size anymore. Takes a 15/16 socket, regular socket, has to be deep well. The intermediate length is too short, too shallow. It won't go up in there, right here. What it is this thing. The thing comes down at an angle about like that, and it hits the AC pump about right there. Job pays, hour and a half, because the procedure is you pull the AC pump in order to take this sensor out, which is, not anywhere near it, but when it comes out of the block, it comes out at an angle instead of straight. Yes, I hear you. But it hits the AC pump, you can't get the socket up on it. So hopefully with that other socket, it necks down enough that we can break it loose, get it out. I'll get back to you. Okay, I'm going to try to show you how I'm getting to this. Down there at the bottom, you see my 1/4 inch extension. I got a wobble socket on the end of it. It goes in there. My light is not going to cooperate. Where can I show you? There. That is the sensor. It's got the socket on it. Focus on it, but see, easily accessible. Alright, now that the phone's charged all the way up and it quit glitching, I'm going to show you how I got this sensor in there. I got the thing out. I reached in there with a deal with a piece of rubber on the end of it, backed up the thing until I got it out, and then I reached in there with a booger picker and grabbed it and got it to spin the rest of the way out. Now, putting it back in was a different story. I got this apparatus made up out of my spark plug tool. Got a 1/4 inch extension stuck into it with a piece of rubber hose, and then I took the sensor. This is the old one, by the way. See, all oily, leaking out in there, and it had the plug-in all saturated. That's how I knew it was bad. I take this and I shove it into the end of the sensor like that. And now I fished it down through there, and it was sitting about like this. And I reached down through the hole and I grabbed it with a piece of wire and I got it to line up with the hole. And once I got it to line up with the hole, stuck it in there. Since you can't get to anything down there, that's why I use this. My spark plug tool. It's a deal with a cable going through the middle of it, so you can bend it whichever way, and you rotate one end and it rotates the other end. You can't go with the way that things are supposed to work. You have to make it work. And you also can't make or buy everything that you think you need. The tool, I'll show it to you here. The tool that I used was a Snap-on S7400. That's backwards. Alright, here's the apparatus that I used. Here's this socket, the S7400. It's made for Kia and Hyundai, but it works on this Chevy Sonic, and it works really well. If I had a smaller universal, it might have backed it all the way out, but it sits in there kind of like this. You can barely work your ratchet in there. It is what it is, though. Like I say, Snap-on makes this, and it works for this job. It makes it to where you don't have to be more invasive by pulling off that stupid AC compressor. And it takes somebody with different hands than mine. When I reached down in there and tried to do things, my Snap-on man was looking at it like, you don't have hands built for mechanicking. Really? I didn't know. Like I say, the size of Shaquille O'Neal with the fingers the length of Peter Dinklage. It doesn't go well. But the car's sitting here running. It's got oil pressure. It's not clattering. That part's fixed. Now we fix why it doesn't run. But like, comment, subscribe. Hit the little bell notification. Share it all around. Talk to you later.